welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about the Latino Voting Impact this election year. My guest this segment is Jose Perez, who's the owner-publisher of the Latino Journal, which is a national publication.
It is,
right?
Steve. Yes.
Thanks very much for being with us. So
Thank
let's talk a little bit about it. First of all, in terms of population, the Latino community really is, I guess, the second largest in this country.
It is,
yeah,
and it's growing, and the proportionality is increasing substantially. In California, it's already California is not a majority population of a particular group anymore, but it's a majority. It's a plurality,
right?
And so, but the Latino community is the largest, and the Caucasian community is the second largest, and the Asian community is very significant in California as well.
And I know over the last many years, the Latino voting bloc has been the largest, fastest growing voting bloc in California. I know Asian Americans are growing quickly also.
Correct.
So, what do you see this year in terms of voter participation? I mean, 9.7 million Latinos in 2008. Are you looking at something like 13 million this year?
Possibly for the country, and
right.
For the country, we see a very significant uptick, which is almost a 15% increase from the last presidential election. In California, we see the population base is still growing. It'll be about 6.5 million eligible Latino voters. But as you well know, about 30% of that is what actually turns out. The Latino community is still developing. It's still a young community. A large part of it is still in immigrant status. But about 65% or so is naturalized here. They were born here, and but it's a young population. So the numbers are going to continue to grow. For this year, we think that because of some of the rhetoric that's being used out there by some of these candidates, we think there's a lot of incentive for the Latino community to be more engaged this year than in the past. Hopefully that means that the percentage of eligible voters, 30%, climbs maybe to 50% or 60% of its capacity. And if that happens, it certainly could have an impact, not just in the national election outcomes, but also in local elections.
Right. It's interesting because you have a number of swing states where the Latino vote could be crucial. I mean, Colorado, right. Nevada, New Mexico, even Virginia, correct. Some other states.
Yeah,
plus
North Carolina is growing.
North Carolina,
yeah.
right.
So we have a potential not just to impact national elections, but also state elections. So you can see maybe the outcomes for statewide office being affected by this percentage of voters, as well as members in Congress. There's a potential for an increase, and then there's also potential for an increase in the U.S. Senate, which, as you well know, here in California, we've got Loretta Sanchez, who's also part of the candidate group for the U.S. Senate, and in Nevada, former Attorney General. I think her last name is DeMasto, but I'm not certain about that.
And we only have a couple of seconds left, but we want to say that the Latino voting bloc really is not a monolith. I mean, yes, they tilt Democratic, certainly, but you've made some significant, or the community has made some significant inroads with Republicans. Yes,
and the potential is there to grow. In fact, there's a lot of discussion about how Latinos can enhance their position in the Republican Party.
All right. Well, we're out of time for this segment. Yeah. Jose Perez, thank you very much
for
coming by and talking about this.
You bet.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, My Government on Demand, and the California channel. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.